What's up everyone, Terraquake here, and in today's video I'm going to talk about the Pokemon game that was just seemingly cancelled, and that game would be Pokemon Z. There's a lot of evidence that points towards this theory, and in my opinion, I think that it's actually true. So in this video I'm going to be covering the evidence that surrounds this theory, because I think it's an interesting topic to discuss. So without further ado, let's begin! As you guys know, Pokemon X and Y were released in 2013. They are the 6th generation of Pokemon, and they were just the normal pair of games that get released when a new generation drops. For example, you've got Gold and Silver, Diamond and Pearl, Sun and Moon, you get the point. What's interesting about these games though, is that to this date, they haven't gotten either a third game to complete the trio. For example, you have games like Pokemon Crystal, Emerald, Platinum, etc., or something like Black and White 2, where they were straight up sequels to Black and White. In other words, Pokemon X and Y are the only 2 games set in the Kalos region. This leads people to think that Pokemon Z was supposed to come out in 2014. Furthermore, Generation 6 holds the least amount of new Pokemon added, with a total of 72. Many people speculate that some Pokemon were scrapped, or that some were even planned for Pokemon Z. Now let's talk about the mysterious man known as AZ. We all know that he had that floette that came down from the sky at the end of the game, and it made him so happy. Whatever, I'm not here to talk about how happy he was. I'm here to talk about the event that was planned to happen with his floette. Due to some data mining for Pokemon X and Y, people found out that coded into the games was an event where you could get AZ's floette. Now, sure, this event could have just been planned for Pokemon X and Y, but a lot of people theorized that it was planned to be an event for Pokemon Z, and I think this event would have worked out perfectly. Maybe you could have pre-ordered Pokemon Z and bam, you get the floette as well. Or you could do some other side quests in Pokemon Z that would allow you to obtain it. It's just so strange that a big event like that was coded into the games, yet it was never released, and I think it was a huge missed opportunity. There's a lot of unanswered questions in Pokemon X and Y that to this day still make us scratch our heads about. For example, when Lysander fired the ultimate weapon, what happened to him? Did he somehow escape Team Flare's secret laboratory? Or did he just straight up die from the explosion? How about some of the mysterious, maybe even scary scenarios that happened in Pokemon X and Y? Of course, the most famous one is probably the Lumiose City Ghost Girl. When you walk into one of the upper floors in an office building in Lumiose City, the lights start to flicker, a girl appears, she has no walking animation, and she says, "No, you're not the one." A lot of people speculate that she is looking for AZ, but that's not confirmed. Or how about the tale of the Horde of the Faceless Men? You see, on Route 14, you can go to the Scary House and speak to a man who will tell you the story about how he wandered upon the house and was apparently attacked by a horde of faceless men. Lastly, there's the mysterious message in the Lumiose Station. If you go to the sign that's in the back of the Lumiose Station, and you read the sign on the back, it will say, "I'm going to go for help. Wait in the usual place." And if you talk to the little boy that's standing near the sign, he'll say, "It should be someplace right around here, right?" This most likely implies that he is waiting for whoever wrote the cryptic message on the back of the sign. These mysteries that have no answer to them would have been perfect for a game like Pokemon Z. I'm not saying that all of them should have been answered, because sometimes it's good to let people create their own theories, but it definitely would have been cool to see at least some answers to these mysteries in Pokemon Z, and with how many unanswered mysteries that are in Pokemon X and Y, I think some were planned to be answered in Pokemon Z. The last thing I want to cover in this video is the Pokemon that Pokemon Z probably would have been based around, and that Pokemon would be Zygarde. The fact that Game Freak just threw the whole Zygarde side quest into Pokemon Sun and Moon just does not make sense to me. Plus, they even put Dexio and Cena into Sun and Moon as well to sort of introduce you to the whole Zygarde side quest. If Pokemon Z did actually release, then I think Dexio and Cena would have played a big role into the plot of the game, but instead, they just got thrown into Pokemon Sun and Moon, and they're not even from that region. Looking back on it, it's very disappointing to see Pokemon Z get cancelled, because it had so much potential. Well, that's all I've got for today's video. I know it was a bit of a shorter video, but it was a topic that I wanted to cover. In my opinion, Pokemon Z was planned for 2014, but it ultimately got scrapped. Heck, there's even a whole Pokemon anime season titled XYZ. But maybe sometimes in the future we get X and Y remakes, and maybe some of these questions will be answered. Or who knows, maybe the X and Y remakes end up being Pokemon Z. For now though, if you guys enjoyed this video, then drop a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss my next upload. And until next time, deuces!